Hey everyone, this is Ashley again with Outdoor Legacy. Wanted to come to y'all today with another scope review. Today we're talking about a pretty fancy scope. We've all got some time with this unit. Does a lot of different things. So pretty cool setup. Want to talk to y'all about it today, and let's see if it's something that might fit y'all's category and what y'all are interested in. Before we get into all that, guys, if at any point you want to know more about the optics we sell and we carry at Outdoor Legacy, just call us on the phone, 877-350-1818, or you can go to the website and see this scope and everything else that we carry. It is outdoorlegacygear.com. Apologize about the noise. I'll do this in my shop, and I have a huge red oak sits right outside. Obviously it's the fall and these acorns are falling, so it's not gunshots, no need to duck and run, just acorns. I'm trying to deal with it best I can, so it's hard to find a time to record when they're not falling. So anyway, let's get into this review, guys. So I'm going to throw some video intermixed in between this. I'll do some walkthroughs, do a walkthrough of the menus. A lot to cover on this scope. I'm not going to hit every detail. I'm just going to kind of hit a general purpose of what this scope can do. So what is this? This is Infiray Outdoor, the Hybrid HY50. This is the Hybrid 50, made by Infiray Outdoor, distributed by iRay USA. It does have the 5-year warranty that comes with it. So, man, this is a pretty sweet scope, guys. Again, we've got some time behind it. There's a lot of features about this. So let's just kind of run through it. It's a 640 resolution. It's going to be 12 micron. It's a 3-power base magnification. It's a 3x24. So you can have, it'll be a 3-power, 6-power, 12-power, or 24-power. Like every other thermal scope, guys, when you zoom in, you double that magnification, you're cutting your resolution in half. So it's going to look best at the base of 3-power, and it'll get worse as you go up. Field of view, being a 3-power, you're looking at about 46 feet at 100 yards. Not bad. Has a really nice display screen, guys. This is one of the things, claim to fame on this hybrid and the Bolt TH50. They run the exact same display screen. It is an AMOLED. It's a 2560 by 1920. So very high resolution display screen, helps give you a really good image. Again, it's a 640 resolution, very high display screen at 2560. The NETD sensor, sub 40. That's what is on the user manual. That is what it states in the specs. It is a sub 40 millikelvin rating. Scope has picture-in-picture, video recording, audio recording. Can be used as a clip-on feature. And it also has it gets to where you can use a ballistic calculator and build custom reticles. Again, I'm not going into all those details. I'm just going to kind of hit the highlights here. The display screen, not only is it a high resolution display screen, it's a large screen. This screen is a 1.03 inches. Very big, very large, very easy to use on the eye. So what I mean by that is you don't have to get perfectly lined up behind this eyepiece. You've got some forgiveness there. You can move this scope left, right, aft, twist it a little bit. You still can see the screen very easily in this hybrid. So it's another really good feature, I feel like. Detection range, you're looking at about 2,400 yards. That's on a human-sized target. It will pick up heat. As far as an identification range, and again, I'm going to be a little conservative on this on a guy that's maybe never used thermal, 500 plus yards on a 30-pound coyote. So, man, I'm not scared to say that a hog, deer, coyote, 600 yards on a guy that's used to thermal, been using thermal, is very doable. It's a very, very good display, very easy to detect what you're looking at 500 yards. Battery life. On this side, here's your battery. It's a battery compartment. It runs the block battery. It's the IBP1, same battery they ran in the MK1s. You just twist and remove. This is your battery pack. you can expect 6 to 8 hours of runtime. We've had both. I mean, we've had some batteries that get 6.5. We've had some batteries go 8+. So we just kind of throw a general 6 to 8 hour runtime is what you can expect. You can definitely use a backup battery pack. It plugs in here. You have a rubber cover. This is your USB-C port and comes with a supplied cable. Also has a little bitty light on there, so it will let you know when you are plugged up and charging the scope. It's also how you charge it. You can know when it's charged and fully charged and that it is plugged up and working. That light will be red while charging, will turn green when fully charged. What else can we do here? That's kind of the generals. I'm going to move this closer and kind of walk through these button layouts and do that so you can really see what's going on here. So y'all just hang with me. I'll throw a video in here, and then when I come back, we'll get a close-up on this scope and the button layout and what it does. All right, got a little closer here so y'all can see this up close. I can walk through some of these button layouts, the look, the design. So obviously we'll start at the back. You have a rubber eye cup. It is removable. This is your diopter focus. Twist this to adjust it to your eye. Again, this is your rubber cap. Covers your USB-C plug-in port. You have a Picatinny rail on the side that will allow you to put a laser rangefinder to this scope and calibrate it with the scope. Have a spare pick rail on top. Again, battery enclosure here with your IBP1 battery. Button layout on top. You have a 4-button layout. Rotary dial, menu encoder. Then this is your objective lens focus. Focus the image. And then your dust cover. It's pretty secure. Snaps closed so you know it's shut. Ambidextrous. You got tabs on this side and on this side. The scope also comes with this new mount, guys. This is iRay's new mount. It's a dual locking mount, dual lever, quick detach. Just push buttons, flips up, easily adjustable. It is included with the scope. So that's the walk around. Let's kind of go through the buttons here on top, guys. Hang with me. I'm going to try to work this looking backwards, but power button, obviously turn the scope off and on. This is your recording button, your camera button. Quick press will take a photo. A long press will start video recording. Long press again to stop video recording. This P button is your home screen button that lets you swap the observation modes. You've got 3 different observation modes. I'm not talking about color palettes. This is observation mode. It's a feature in the scope. So you've got 3 different ones. You have a clear, bird watching, and penetrating fog is what iRay claims. I ran on clear the entire time. That seemed to give me the best image and what I preferred. So that's short press. Goes through the observation modes, so 3 different ones you can cycle through. If you long press the menu button, that change the menu. If you long press this P button, that is your color palette. It'll change from white hot, black hot, red hot, and then it has an iron red, a rainbow, and an outline. So you can scroll through your color palettes by long pressing this P button right here on the bottom. Next button over is your brightness button. You press it, quick press to scroll through the brightness. You have 9 or 10 different brightness settings. So you just keep pressing and scrolling through. That's on a short press. If you long press this brightness button, that will turn your picture-in-picture off or on. Long press to enable it, long press again to disable it. Again, this rotary dial is your menu button, short press to bring up your short menu, long press to bring up your full menu. You rotate the dial to go through your selections, and then you can quick press as needed to select your icons and do what you need. Combinations. So when you're in the zeroing screen and you're trying to zero the scope, you use your brightness button and your camera button on this side, these two. Press both of these, long press, and it will freeze the image. So when you're in zeroing, you need to get your reticle on the bullseye. You want to move to your point of impact. You can long press both these buttons and it will freeze the image. The other combinations you have are going to be the power button here and your picture button. You long press those and it will let you calibrate your laser rangefinder. If you short press these, it goes back and forth between scan and continuous in your rangefinder modes. Last combination you have is your camera and your rotary dial, your encoder. You long press these to enable the clip-on mode. Long press again to disable clip-on mode. So that is a walk around on this scope of all the features and functions. I will now roll through the menu and we'll discuss some of the menu systems and kind of walk through and explain what they do. Alright guys, I'm going to walk you through some of these functions, menu buttons here. So I'm going to be using mainly the rotary dial, the encoder on top, the round knob on top of the scope, just in front of your 4 buttons. So when you quick press, this is your short menu. Your first setting here is your brightness. You can select it. You got your different settings, just your brightness. Next is contrast. Obviously, go through your different settings for your contrast. This is your sharpness. Be able to change it and go through, check the sharpness where you want it. Next is your calibration method. As far as your nuking, automatic or manual, we have it set in automatic. Next one is your zeroing distance. Change, if you have preset yardages, you can select the ones you want. Back out of that. Bring it back up with a quick press. This is your reticles. You can go through your different reticle options. That's build your own. You can custom build your own reticle. But these are your different options. Let me pull back up a large one here. Then you jump over to your reticle color. Got the different options of reticle colors. Go back and forth between. And then this last one is your distance, preset distance. If you have it preset, zeroed in at different ranges, you can select those. Then of course a long press will back you out. Alright, let's go through the main menu. So I'm going to long press the round rotary dial. You see the menu bar come up on bottom. First is going to be our Wi-Fi. We can enable or disable our Wi-Fi if we want to use the app. That's the Infiray outdoor app that lets you stream and pull videos and images off onto your phone or tablet. Next is your compass. You can enable, disable. You see it pop up on the right side of the screen is your compass. Next is your microphone. Obviously turn it off or on the microphone. Next is your automatic dormancy. Guys, you can set this if you wanted to go into auto standby. If you set it at 60 minutes, after 60 minutes, if nothing happens, then the scope will automatically power off. So that is your automatic, sleep mode is what we like to call it. Next, you have your photography settings. You can go in that, change different settings, how you prefer. Next is your recoil activated video. So you can set this up so that when you take a shot, it will automatically record a few seconds before the first shot. So it's not something that we really use. It is not always reliable, so keep that in mind. Next, you're going to have your zeroing profile, where you can go in, select your gun, your bullet, different tables here, reticle, custom reticles for your zeroing. I am not going into detail with all of that. Long press to back out. I'm going to long press to get back in.
Again, these are your custom yardages that you can set however you prefer. Then you're going to go in, you can change that distance, change each one to say whatever it is you prefer it says. I'm going to back out of this as well. Next is our file management. Let's just go in and do different things within that file as far as photos, file informations, and whatnot. That's what it gives you the options for. And then you got advanced settings here. You go into advanced settings and you've got a lot more options in here. So you get into video, analog video, Bluetooth settings, hiding the status bar if you want the status bar to be seen or not be seen, setting up your date and time. Next is going to be your compass calibration. Then this is going to be your pixel defect correction. You're going to correct your pixels with that. That's going to be your color temperature switching to mess with the color palettes a little bit. And you got your unit switching right here between meters and yards, and then this is your format. Lets you format the scope where you can delete all the files that are on the scope. Then you're going to do a factory reset if need be, and then just an info icon for information on this device. So that is the advanced settings menu. A long press will back you out and get you back to the main screen.
All right, guys, I hope that wasn't too terrible to get through. So kind of an overview, just ending this, finishing this up, walk through everything, showed you all the generalizations, what it can do, what it can't do, who's it for, who's it not for, likes, dislikes. Let's go through some likes. I really like the look, man. I do like the tube style scopes that look like daytime scopes, but I do like this scope. I like this layout. I like the button layout. I like all the options. I like the rotary dials. I like everything about this scope, the way it's laid out. It's easy to use at night, in the dark. Once you know these buttons and get familiar with it, you can figure out what buttons are doing which function. And it's not complicated to operate once you figure it out. Wearing gloves in the winter, you can still operate this and run this scope without any major concern. So it's easy to know where you're at on the scope, on top of the scope. It's ambidextrous. As a lot of you guys know, I am a left-handed shooter, left eye dominant, so I had no problems operating this scope and using this. Who's it for? Man, it's 3-power magnification, very good display screen, very good resolution. Guys, this is going to be for the coyote hunters. These guys that are up north, you guys that are hunting, and most of your shots are over 100 yards, 100 to 150, 150 plus. Man, this scope's for you. This is what you need. This is a coyote hunter scope. The guy that doesn't want that traditional daytime looking scope, he wants this. When you say thermal, this is what you think of. I mean, this is exactly what you think of when you hear thermal scope. It has the look. The guys that want that are coyote hunters, the guys that want that extremely high resolution and high display screen, you're wanting to see these coyotes at 600 yards, this is a scope for you. Hog hunters, guys, you can use it too. I predominantly hunt hogs, and I've used this on a lot of hogs. I had no problem with it. 100-yard shots are very easy. So fits both ways. If you're hunting in the woods, really close quarters, a lot of your stuff is under 100, not going to be the best scope for you. We have some other options, but you can make it work. So, dislike. The one thing I really am not a fan of with this scope is the weight. The scope's heavy. I know they say you can use it as a clip-on. We tried it out as a clip-on. You still need to run a low-power objective scope, daytime scope, to put this in front of. But this scope, guys, is like 40, I think it's 40 ounces is the weight. It's a 40-ounce scope. That's with battery included. It's big. You see it's taking up majority of the room on my gun, which this is an SBR 11-inch barrel. But you just imagine a daytime scope on this gun, and then you move this to this would be longer. I couldn't do it on this gun. I would have to go over to my standard 16-inch rifle and run it on that. So I don't think clip-on mode is that great, that effective, because it's such a large, you have such a large platform to make it work. So if you're wanting it for strictly clip-on use, it's not for that, in my opinion. It's just not. So the weight is an issue, the size, you know, but I don't know that you can put everything that this scope can do in a smaller, compact form. Maybe you can, but right now it's not. This scope is a Bolt TH50 image display screen in a thermal style scope, in a blocky scope. This hybrid right now is $6,999, so $7,000 unit. You're getting a lot for $7,000. You're getting a heck of an image, a good scope, solid quality built scope, and one of the best displays on the market today. So, guys, that's going to wrap this up. I'm going to get this closed out, let y'all get on to doing much better things and sitting here watching me talk about this hybrid. Hope you enjoyed the videos. It's a fantastic scope. If you want one, give us a call, 877-350-1818. Jump on the website, outdoorlegacygear.com. Be glad to talk to you about it. Give you some more opinions. If you want to know if it's right for you, be glad to talk to you about it. If you want to talk about anything else, if you want to know about the Bolt, you know, hey, which one am I going to like better? Am I going to like the Bolt better, or am I going to like the hybrid better? Let's talk about it. I've ran them both on different platforms, bolt actions, ARs. We can go through that and answer all your questions. So if there's anything else you need, guys, just jump on the website, give me a call. We can talk about it. Other than that, I will see y'all on the next one. Thanks.